Soo Zee and Leigh decided to tidy up the KonMari way. Step 1 is clothes. Soo Zee did exactly what she was supposed to do. This item used to bring her so much joy. It reminds Soo Zee of her youthful self. Soo Zee's youthful self wore lots of loud patterns, statement pieces, and bold colors. She hasn't worn this kind of stuff in years, though. Does it really bring her joy now? Meanwhile, Leigh discovered none of her clothes gave her joy, and was left with next to nothing. It reminded Leigh of her youthful self. Leigh's youthful self didn't own much. Back then, Leigh decided to live with only 100 items. Leigh isn't counting her possessions anymore, but she still hates to fill up space with a bunch of meaningless clutter. Step 2 is books. Like this Irishology book brings Leigh immense joy because it reminds her of that happy time she spent in Ireland. Things that bring this much joy should not be hidden in a corner. They deserve a home in the light where they can be enjoyed every day. Soo Zee is a little bogged down by the definitions. Does her Kindle count as a book? Does this artwork count as step 4, Kimono, or as step 3, papers? Step 3 is papers. Leigh has so many files to sort through. And she keeps wondering, why the hell did I feel the need to keep this? Do other people keep this many old papers? Soo Zee gets stuck while sorting through millions of instruction manuals. Even though they don't exactly spark joy, she's not prepared to get rid of them. The problem is, there's so much stuff like this, and most of it is shoved in these boxes of miscellaneous crap Soo Zee doesn't want to deal with. Tidying is not just about removing clutter. It's also about presenting the things you own in a way that makes you excited to look at them. Like the bathroom cleaning pads that fit perfectly in this box under the sink, a clear work surface, the smell of freshly laundered linens. A tidy home is a happy home. Step 4 is Kimono, which winds up being everything else. Now, I know what you're thinking. A tea strainer is purely functional and couldn't possibly be a source of joy. But it does its job so much better than all the other tea strainers. Joy is an irrational thing. Like, these 3 glasses are perfectly functional. Leigh hates them. They don't match the other glasses, and they make it so the glasses don't fit in the cabinet easily. Or this one lone wooden spoon that doesn't match the others, but that Soo Zee goes out of her way to use first because it's just so good at scooping. Does one person need 9 champagne flutes in 2 different styles? Who cares? Joy is joy. The last step is sentimental items. Soo Zee keeps her sentimental items in this cute box. Her sentimental items are mostly letters. Handwritten cards are a little bit too much for some people, but Soo Zee feels like it's a nice gesture, and often better than any gift you could give. She cherishes that personal touch. Leigh's box is this collection of hard drives. She doesn't keep many physical mementos, but she can't bear to delete any old photos and videos. Everyone has these things, and respecting your irrational attachment to these things is an important part of sparking joy. For some people, this is the hardest step, but for Soo Zee and Leigh, the memory is what is precious, not the item itself. Now, you have more space. That space is room for more joy.